I will just take some of the questions that are there. Mr. Rakesh Patkar is asking a question. Can you please elaborate on the difference between a corporate Mediclaim and a personal Mediclaim?
Rakesh ji, thank you for your question. Very basic but very important question, I must say. राकेश जी, क्या होता है, मैं एक उदाहरण देता हूँ. मान के चलिए कि बैंक में काम कर रहा हूँ और मेरी अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर आ जाती है. उसमें आप देखते हो एज अ सैलरीड एम्प्लॉय तो मंथली पे या एनुअल पे पैकेज पे ध्यान देते हैं. एंड द अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर they will say that you are entitled to medical claim benefits, you are entitled to staff benefits as per the policy of the company or the firm. We never or we seldom pay attention to that part of our appointment letters. But it is very important to go to your HR and ask him, okay, fair enough, thank you for your appointment letter, but can you please elaborate on the cover, the limit that I have? So corporate medical group mediclaim lete hain. We also do group mediclaims. That's how we know a lot about this thing. So if a business has, let's say, 500 employees, when we approach them, they will say, okay, I want a cover for all my employees. The second question we as advisors will ask is, how much cover do you want to give to each employee? So then we will be given a list of employees and their designations and the extent of cover which is given. Most often than not, you will have a limit. The higher the limit that the company chooses per employee, the more the premium becomes. So say, for example, they say, depending on the budget which is allocated to employee expenses, even in companies which are large and well run, it is not their intention to under insure. But the fact is they also what को भी अपनी प्रॉफिट और लॉस की जरूरत होती है. तो बहुत रेयरली ऐसा होता है कि कोई एम्प्लॉयर कहेगा कि ठीक है, हर एक एम्प्लॉय को 10 लाख दे दो या 20 लाख दे दो. मेरे ध्यान में तो ऐसे नहीं होता है. और आप ये भी जान के चलिए कि जो भी कवर कंपनी आपको देती है उसमें लिखा गया होता है कि वो आपके लिए और आपकी फैमिली के लिए. सो हस्बैंड वाइफ एंड 2 किड्स होते हैं या पेरेंट्स होते हैं, तो एक 3-5 लाख का कवर मेरे हिसाब से वो उतना ही वो अफोर्ड कर पाते हैं. उसके अलावा कई कंपनियां एजुकेट करती हैं अपने एम्प्लॉयज को कि आप टॉप अप ले लो. वो आप जो भी आपको टॉप अप लेना है 5 लाख के ऊपर का या 3 लाख के ऊपर, उसका प्रीमियम आप भरो. तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव हम एचआर वालों से सीखते हुए हैं कि अगर आप ऐसे कंपनी नहीं कवर कर रहे हो तो उनको टॉप अप बता दो, तो एम्प्लॉय एटलीस्ट इज कवर्ड, ही इज नॉट अंडर प्रोटेक्टेड. लेकिन अगर आपकी नौकरी नहीं रही फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन, या आपने रिटायर कर दिया फ्यूचर में, या आपको लगा कि भाई हमको खुद का व्यवसाय करना है, खुद चालू करना है, या आपको अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये साल में हुआ है कि जॉब्स, जो बेसिक कवर है वही नहीं रहेगा, तो टॉपअप कहाँ से, टॉपअप मिलेंगे नहीं है. फिर बेसिकली ये साल तो निकल गया, अगले साल का क्या करेंगे? तो कॉर्पोरेट मेडिक्लेम में 2 चीजें हम पॉइंट आउट करते हैं. एक तो अनसर्टन होता है, वो तब तक रहेगा जब तक आपकी जॉब है. दूसरा कि इसमें आपको एडिशनल टॉपअप लेना जरूरी है, तब जाके एज अ फाइनेंशियल मैनर आई विल बी हैप्पी कि आप सुरक्षित हो. अच्छा, तीसरा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पहलू जो है, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण पहलू है कि कंपेयर टू अ पर्सनल प्लान और ए पर्सनल मेडिक्लेम, अगर आप टॉपअप का आपके जेब से भरते भी हो पैसा, तो उसमें नो क्लेम बोनस का कंसेप्ट नहीं होता है ज्यादातर. तो अगर आपने टॉपअप की जगह बजट अपना पर्सनल मेडिक्लेम ले लिया, अगर आपने वो कर लिया और हर साल आपने अगर, तो जिस साल में क्लेम नहीं आता है तब तक आपको नो क्लेम बोनस मिलता ही रहेगा. तो अगर आपने 10 लाख का प्लान लिया फैमिली मेंबर्स के लिए और धीरे 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 करके वो 20 लाख हो सकता है, क्योंकि नो क्लेम बोनस ऐड होता जाएगा. तो प्लान प्लस टॉपअप के सामने अपना खुद का मेडिक्लेम बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी बताया, अपने प्लान लेने से जब आप प्रीमियम भरते हो 80D के तहत, वैसे भी आपको टैक्स में बेनिफिट मिलता है. तो एक समझदार व्यक्ति इसको कभी भी ये बेनिफिट छोड़ेगा नहीं, ये बेनिफिट लेके ही रहेगा, क्योंकि जो आप भर रहे हो आपकी जेब से जाता है, लेकिन आपको फिर टैक्स में वापस मिल जाता है. I hope I have answered your question, Rakesh ji.
Rakesh ji, I have unmuted you. I hope you have got all your answers. Yes, if you'd like to come in, Rakesh ji.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
we can. Yes, Rakesh ji, go on.
Thank you very much for your answer, sir. Sir, but I have got with your permission, Pinto sir, and you, that I have many more questions. So can I say right now?
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Mr. Pinto is the boss. Mr. Pinto is the boss. He will decide.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So sir, the questions which I am going to ask, all are relevant and all are important one. I would rather all the participants will definitely they will think that okay, whatever the question have been asked, though all are very important. The first one is the health test. For example, if I'm going for any mediclaim or life insurance, do I need to take health test, sir? So Modi ji, so I would request you to please write down on the piece of paper. As and when your presentation was going on, I was just writing down on my paper. So I would request you to please write it down on the paper. The first is health test. So do I need to go for any health test, or is there any age criteria? And the second question is, do we have a insurance mediclaim for housewife? And third question is like, as you
Can we-
said that
Can we take one
limited-
question at a Mr. Rakesh ji, can we take one question at a time? It will be easier. Instead of having Mr. Modi have to write down everything, we'll take one question at a time.
Okay, no problem then.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair. Can I just request Krupa Kore not to advertise on this medium, please? Can we block Mr. Kore? Can you please? He's publicizing something.
Thank you. I will talk to him.
Yes, please.
Kore ji?
It's a small request.
Modi ji, so did you get my question?
We will get it done as you're talking about it. We will ask him to remove it.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I would appreciate it. Otherwise, it'll stay in front of me and irritate me. And that's not the
Okay.
purpose of this presentation.
Correct.
It's a very important and valid question again. I think each person, rather each institution, each insurance company has its own criteria for evaluation. And medical tests are important and done largely over the age of 50, I have seen. Medical tests are compulsory. There are certain institutions which have temporarily waived also in certain cases. So there is no one answer. There are companies who only take declarations and then they move forward. But if there is any misdeclaration of an existing disease not having been revealed at the time of taking or renewing the policy, it's not so much renewing, I would say taking a fresh plan or porting into it. What happens is in a policy document, or rather in a brochure, if it's senior citizens or if it is for regular persons, it is one of the preconditions you must see. Some people do actually insist on a medical test. They feel that if a test is done, it is actually in their favor. In some cases, people find it irritating, or in this COVID year, a little apprehensive of going to a test center. So, long story short, it depends on the insurance company and what their policies are.
Rakesh ji, can you take
Your
the
second
next
question.
Yes.
The second question is, thank you very much for your answer, sir. So the second question is, do we get if you are a employee and you are earning, definitely you get the insurance. But what about housewife?
So that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point we're making when we talk of family floaters versus basically employer versus your own. See, we as financial planners, we believe in financial independence. As we started saying in the beginning of the presentation, the very fact that one needs protection is highlighted. And that includes your family. Now, housewife stand alone. If she goes and takes a medical plan, I don't think there is any issue. The criteria, of course, also is that, and we are talking of housewives who have income. If the housewife doesn't have an income, she's a pure housewife, a non-working housewife, then the husband can be, or any family member can be the proposer. So there are two aspects to any mediclaim. One is a proposer and one is a life assured. So I can be the my non-working wife if I want only cover for her, just for her. I can be the entire family where my non-working wife is also covered. So like that, the proposer life assured relationship is defined. So to answer your question, if you're working and let's say you have a cover of 10 lakhs for yourself. So you need it, but I need it for my wife. You can be the proposer, you can declare your income and you can take a separate individual cover for. But having said that, despite that, we feel that if you cover yourself also from day one, even if you have a job and if you have your cover, if you take a plan for as a floater, it's still beneficial. And specific mention here, there are certain plans for young audience. I mean, for young people. Young people is defined as people less than 40. If you are less than 40, there are special youngster plans which also you can take advantage of as a couple, where you have lots of benefits. Once you cross 40, then you have lots of benefits even in terms of coverage and also in terms of future discounts. So it is always prudent to have your own plan, even if your company is covering you. Look, if you have any medical emergency, you can always draw down from your office plan first and protect your no claim bonus. उसको आप accumulate होने दें.
So,
So
but
समझदारी इसीलिए कि आप अपना
But so my question is, for example, if a person is earning, definitely you will get a, more, if you are going for term plan, you will get a more cover. But housewife, obviously she is not earning. Okay. And she cannot, say that, okay, my family is dependent on me. So will she get a more coverage? Like,
Acha, sorry. So your question was more in the
no, no,
context of life insurance.
no, that you give, I was in the more, both as in terms of
Acha.
medical claim also and life also.
Okay, no. So in terms of again a good question. Mediclaim is an easy answer which I gave you. In the case of term plan, you can nowadays some of the companies allow something called the joint life plan. So what happens is a working husband and a non-working wife can coverage under that, and the financial evaluation is done of the husband's earning. So if the husband is earning, let's say 10 lakh rupees, and his eligibility is, let's say 15, whatever, 1.5 crores, that can be split between husband and wife. So a housewife with no income can also, under the joint life plan, take a cover.
And as you said, that portability. Okay, can I go for another question if I'm in the queue?
Yes, I'll
Yes,
take your
sir.
question, and then further what I will do is I'll take a question that is there on the chat, and if there's something else that you require to come into, we will open out your we'll
Questions.
unmute you again. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead with this question.
So portability, as you said, there are options like limited pay, return on premium, So if I'm going for portability, are we will get same benefits in the new company? Can we carry the same benefits?
Yes, exactly. So as you saw in my video, which short video, which is there on our website as well, that is exactly what you get. So as you move from one service provider to the other, again, I like to give examples. So let's say you are with company A for the last 10 years, and whatever the bonus accrual is, 5%, 10%, whatever it is. So let's say you had a policy of 3 lakhs and you have an accumulated bonus of 50,000. So when you port into another company for an amount of, let's say, 10 lakhs, okay, for the 3.5 lakh, which is the continuing cover, you will be treated as a continuing customer. But for the balance 6.5 lakh, you understand? You're going for a 10 lakh plan. Now you're upgrading your plan from 3.5 to 10 lakhs. So 3.5 के लिए आपको day one cover मिल जाएगा for pre-existing disease. But for in balance 6.5 lakh, there will be waiting periods. So let's deep dive into this point a little more. Take for example, Mr. Shah. He has a cover of 3 lakhs. He has an accumulated bonus of 50,000. He feels this cover is very less. So when the porting time comes, and also it's very important to note, you can't port any time in the year. You can port only 45 days before renewal. So उनको किसी ने बता दिया पोर्टिंग कर दो और अपग्रेड कर दो, तो पोर्टिंग और अपग्रेड दोनों कर रहे हैं 10 लाख के प्लान में. उनको प्री एग्जिस्टिंग डिजीज है टू डिक्लेयर कि भाई मुझे थायराइड का प्रॉब्लम है या वॉट एवर. सो फॉर दैट प्री एग्जिस्टिंग डिजीज ओनली it will be considered as continuing customer for 3.5 lakh rupees. Whereas the balance 6.5, which is the upgraded part, has to waiting period could be maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. The good news is that some companies also allow buyback of waiting period. So आप जाके बता दो कि भाई हमको 10 लाख का प्लान चाहिए, लेकिन हमको वेटिंग पीरियड कम कर दो, तो थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा प्रीमियम बनने पे वो भी आपका कम हो जाता है. Take another example where Mr. Shah has no pre-existing disease, but his cover is 3.5 lakh is going to go for a 10 lakh cover into porting into a new company. So then he will continue that 50,000 bonus, obviously 3 lakh plus 50,000, and in the new company, eligible for any claim up to 10 lakhs. For a suppose he falls down and he has to be hospitalized, and there is a kharcha of 5 lakh, it will be given to him. So a continuing customer, a porting customer, it is always advantageous to port. And if you have developed any disease, say you had taken a policy 10 years ago and you didn't have, let's say, a bimari of heart or whatever, stomach, but during the course of it you have developed, you have to declare that also to the, ये बहुत important message है when we try to do porting. These are small things which you have to remember. But to answer your question, yes, you can carry for all your benefits, and you can also become a continuing customer from day one for all diseases which are not pre-existing or even in the upgraded part.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. If do you have any other questions, just let me know so I can then take it again for you.
Yes, I have got.
Okay, so I'll bring you in again. Before that,
Okay,
I'll
no
take one more question that is there. This is from Mr. Krishnan. What he says is, on leaving the company, if a can a corporate mediclaim be converted to a personal mediclaim, and is continuity applicable, including the portability?
Very, very important question, Mr. Krishnan. The answer, unfortunately, is no. As we explained in the webinar earlier, between that company and the insurance company, and it is for a group of employees exclusively who are identified as employees. Once you leave the job, you are treated as a non-employee, and hence you cease to be part of that. Once you cease to be part of that contract, you cannot individually carry your portion into a personal plan and port it. I wish and I sincerely hope that the IRDA and the insurance experts pay heed to this. I think this is the need of the hour. In fact, I think it can be the next innovation in mediclaims. Why should somebody not carry his portion of insurance and start saying that, this is, I will pay in future? Maybe the answer lies in the fact that there is no bonus accrued. And hence, even if the company is, the individual is allowed, Mr. Krishnan, it actually has no benefit if you go to see practically. So suppose you had a 5 lakh cover with a bank, there is no accrued bonus anyway. So if you come out and then say, okay, I want to port into this, into my own individual plan. So from an accrued bonus benefit, there is no interest. Cover anyway you'll get if you have no pre-existing disease. So maybe that's why so far this has not been allowed as a porting. So the key difference is you're coming out of a group plan and you are going into an individual plan. So the contract is now between and there's no bonus accrued. So it doesn't anyway make sense for you to be even given a portability benefit. I hope this is a question.
Mr. Krishnan, I hope you got your answers to your question. I'll get Mr. Rakesh once again in. You go ahead, Mr. Rakesh.
Yeah, so my concern is, do Mediclaim insurance have the facility of having a medicines for Ayurvedic medicines?
We now have a ministry, under this current government is a Ministry of Ayush, Ayurvedic, Unani, homeopathy. All these treatments are being given utmost importance by the health ministry. And I'm very happy to say that many companies, it is not an IRDA mandate, it is not compulsory, but because of competition, many companies were earlier not allowing Ayush treatment reimbursement or cashless facility are slowly and steadily gravitating towards that. उन्होंने आयुष ट्रीटमेंट को भी महत्व देना शुरू कर दिया है, और वो आपको क्लेम कर सकते हो. आपके पॉलिसी ब्रोशर में या पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट में वो क्लियरली वो क्लॉज आपको देखना चाहिए. इनफैक्ट इवन बिफोर यू गो फॉर अ पॉलिसी यू शुड सी द क्लॉजेस कि इज आयुष अलाउड, and the leading companies at least are now going for it. So yes, the answer is yes, and that's good news. IRDA made it mandatory this year because of COVID. They actually passed a law, or rather a diktat, to all the insurance companies that COVID-related claims, while COVID was not a defined ailment which was which would be covered, but given the fact that it's a global pandemic, anybody who was hit with COVID also was eligible to claim his COVID expenses, and that IRDA made compulsory. So there is no debate or there's no question where anybody can refuse.
Rakesh ji, have you got all your questions answered? So I can then.
In bonus, do we have options? There are two options are there. Am I right? Either you can go for more coverage. You can tell the insurance company, you can please increase my coverage, or else I can go for any health test, yearly health test.
So the way the companies reward their policyholders is in three ways. The old system was, अगर आपका प्रीमियम 20,000 का है, आपने क्लेम नहीं किया है, तो अगले साल या 5 साल के बाद whatever आपका प्रीमियम 19,000 हो जाएगा. मतलब आपको 1,000 रुपए का हम डिस्काउंट देते हैं.
Okay.
That was the old system. That is what the PSU companies were typically following. And as you know, the public sector was dominating in general insurance. So उनकी policies भी काफी similar थी. When private sector came in, they changed that to saying कि I will not give you that 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees benefit. Instead of that, I will give you more coverage. I will give you maybe 25% or 10% or every year that you don't claim मैं आपका coverage बढ़ाता रहता हूँ. ये बहुत important innovation है जो हमने highlight किया है. इसमें क्या होता है कि देखिए मेडिकल कॉस्ट, जैसे आपने देखा होगा कि दिस थिंग इन्फ्लेशन होता है, इसमें इजाफा होता रहता है. जैसे बच्चों की पढ़ाई में जो इन्फ्लेशन हुआ है, जो पहले ऑपरेशन 50,000 में होता था 3 लाख में हो रहा है. तो व्हेन यू गेट दीज बोनसेस, इट इज वेरी लाइकली दैट इन फ्यूचर दिस मेक्स अप फॉर दैट इंक्रीज इन कॉस्ट. आज नहीं हुआ है, 10 साल के बाद हुआ है. 2,000 रुपए बचाए नहीं है, उसके बदले में आपको बोनस जो मिला है उसके आपके लिए आपका पॉलिसी वैल्यू बढ़ गया है. तो दैट इज अ बिग बेनिफिट. सो दैट्स द सेकंड वे इन व्हिच दे डू इट. The third way in which it is given is people are incentivized by given free medical test once in 3 years or once in 5 years. So there are different ways and different combinations that Mediclaim Mediclaim companies use to retain clients. समझदारी तो इसी में है कि आप मैक्सिमम बोनस अक्रू करें कि आपका फ्यूचर खर्चा ये हो जाए.
Can I go ahead with the one more?
Yes, please. Yes, please. And I think that will be the last question.
If suppose, as you said, we need to give a history of a family member. If any person in the family having a major disease, okay, so does that condition increases the premium of the policy and the policy holder for the waiting period of that critical illness, the person who is taking the policy?
So I'm presuming you're asking a question related to floaters, where let's say one of the persons has an issue. So देखिए, your answer is yes and no. When we give a proposal to the insurance company, they will evaluate the medical conditions of all the members. And some insurance companies may put a loading on the entire premium, as a premium. Or they can also reject, subject to the criticalness or there are certain autoimmune diseases which are not covered. So insurance companies also freedom, otherwise they will go bankrupt. So the proposal is given, the underwriter takes a decision, and then final judgment comes where they can come across and say ki, okay, either we are going to increase the coverage, rather increase the premium or decrease the coverage, or out of the 4 people, one person can take a special plan like an autistic plan or a cancer plan, and the other 3, see, that can be planned out. So again, it is case to case, and it is obviously person to person and family to family, and also company to company. There is no standard operating procedure across companies. Each company is free to decide its own risk.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh. I will now take another question from Nikita Modi. It says, sir, can we have your contact? I had requested you earlier to put your contacts. Okay. Maybe call you later for a better understanding. I'm sure you'll be able to take calls from individuals later on. Okay. And her question here is it better to take life insurance and Mediclaim both? Normally, people prefer government insurance companies. How safe is it taking insurance from a private sector? And the difference between the private and the public sector?
Yes, Nikita ji, these are very important questions. Thank you for your interest. And the audience, I'm sure, will learn. There has always been a debate between public and private sector. But I will say one thing. As long as IRDA is there as a regulator, no company in India will default. No insurance company, because IRDA has kept very strict कैपिटल एडिक्वेसी नॉर्म्स, जो कंपनी की जो आर्थिक जो बैलेंस शीट वगैरह हैं उनके लिए जो कैपिटल एडिक्वेसी रेशियोज हैं, सॉल्वेंसी रेशियो जिसे हम कहते हैं इंश्योरेंस टर्म्स में, तो ये काफी हद तक मॉनिटर होती हैं। कई बार ऐसे भी होता है कि छोटी इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज होती हैं, दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग समटाइम्स, दे मेक लॉसेस, they merge into larger companies, but their policyholders don't what you call at a loss. So, unlike banks, I mean, even in the case of banks for that matter, whenever a small bank gets taken over, the depositors don't lose money. But banks में risk ज्यादा होता है कि कई कोऑपरेटिव बैंक या कोई छोटी प्राइवेट कंपनी है, प्राइवेट बैंक है, वहां पे कई ऐसे हो सकता है कि उनको हेयर कट लेना पड़े, डिपॉजिटर्स को नुकसान हो सकता है। लेकिन इंश्योरेंस के तहत private sector started was allowed entry about 15 to 18 years ago. Initially people were doubtful कि ये survive करेंगे या नहीं, इनके ऊपर डिपेंड करें या नहीं, बट इन्होंने अपना एक स्थान बना लिया है। पब्लिक सेक्टर आज की तारीख में भी रोबस्ट है, बहुत बड़ी है, लेकिन जैसे कहते हैं बाप और बेटा साथ में मिलके चलते हैं, वैसे पब्लिक और प्राइवेट सेक्टर हाथ मिला के चल रहे हैं और उपभोक्ता के लिए बहुत से प्रोडक्ट्स उन्होंने लाए हैं। Public sector brings the faith and the long-term standing. Private sector brings the innovation and also their credibility. Some of the businesses have become so big that they are also and more importantly, we can try to understand that India में penetration आज की तारीख में इतना कम है कि there is enough room and space available for all to hold hands and grow. So आप देखोगे कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर के आने के बाद भी जो पब्लिक सेक्टर का मार्केट शेयर है, भले वो कम हुआ हो, लेकिन उनकी जो कंपनी की जो अर्निंग्स हैं और उनकी जो प्रीमियम कलेक्शन, दे आर ग्रोइंग वेरी हेल्दी। लुक एट LIC फॉर दैट मैटर। LIC is not the father, is the grandfather of investments insurance in India. And despite a lot of innovative companies coming in, you look at the market share LIC commands today. So I have great respect for both public and private sector. It is up to the consumer to make a choice, looking at because you will have a limited amount which you can spend on your insurance. You will have a limited amount which you can put in your tax-free plans which are run by companies. So like you go into a supermarket and you see hundreds of types of soaps and hundreds of types of footwear and hundreds of types of food, and you decide whether you want to eat Chinese or you want to eat idli. So today I'm very happy to say the consumer is a big winner. भारत के जो उपभोक्ता हैं उनके लिए बहुत ही अच्छा समय रहा है और चलेगा, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि जब कंपटीशन आता है there is only one winner and that is the consumer. And Indian consumers, as we are all under the audience, we are all consumers, we are all very smart, we are very price sensitive. But एक चीज याद रखिए, एक मिस्टेक आप जो मैं काफी जन दोहराते रहते हैं, जब आप लाइफ इंश्योरेंस या मेडिक्लेम आप खरीदते हो, it is very different from buying a bag of atta or a kilo of tomatoes or potatoes. Never go only for the price. There are many websites, there are many film stars who will come and endorse कि ये टर्म प्लान, जिसे आपने कहा कि क्या लाइफ और मेडिक्लेम दोनों लेना जरूरी है, आंसर इज वेरी मच यस। लाइफ इंश्योरेंस का प्रोटेक्शन अलग ही है, उसमें भी आपको अपनी ह्यूमन लाइफ वैल्यू समझना जरूरी है। Just because a film star comes and says taken 1 crore plan, is it adequate or is it more? Is it excess? ये आपको एक एक्सपर्ट ही बता सकते हैं। तो you please take advice from the right people. You don't go on the website just because you've seen an ad. हाँ, ad देख के आप Amazon पे जाके आप जूता खरीद लो, वो बात अलग है। लाइफ और मेडिक्लेम इंश्योरेंस आज के लिए नहीं, फ्यूचर के लिए रेडी रखना है। कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि आपने जाके सबसे सस्ता प्लान खरीद लिया और फिर जब आपको नीड है, जब आपकी जरूरत आती है, तब आपको कॉल सेंटर से बात करना पड़े, या ऐसे मालूम पड़ा कि अरे ये तो कवर ही नहीं है, या इसमें तो हमारा एंटाइटलमेंट वार्ड में है, AC रूम में नहीं है। ये सब बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, जो छोटे पहलू हैं, उसके ऊपर ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है। तो यस, whoever on this session is keen or wants or their societies or themselves, ये आज का टॉपिक जैसे किसी ने बताया प्रोटेक्शन पे है, ये प्लीज इसको वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम कह के इसकी आप निंदा ना करें। ये जो ज्ञान हमने आज बांटा है वो आप ही के लिए है, इसको आप बिलिटल ना करें। अगर आपको ये नहीं तो प्राइवेटली आप मुझे लिख सकते हो, लेकिन इट वाज वेरी क्लियरली टाइटल्ड प्रोटेक्शन इनोवेशंस एंड सॉल्यूशंस। और ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं वो 3 पहलू में हमने डिस्कस की है, लाइफ, मेडिक्लेम और बिजनेस एंड सोसाइटीज। तो इसके तहत यदि आपको कुछ भी क्वेश्चन या कमेंट्स है, आप प्लीज मुझे प्राइवेटली लिख सकते हो। मेरा व्हाट्सएप नंबर मैं आपको भेज देता हूँ, या तो आप मेरे वेबसाइट पे जाके वहां पे कॉन्टैक्ट अस पेज है www.ethicaladvisors.in, उसके तहत आप कर सकते हो कमेंट। लेकिन प्लीज इसकी आप निंदा न करें कि इसमें वैल्यू ऐड नहीं था। ये एक तरीके से इंसल्ट होती है एक्सपर्ट की और जो ग्रुप की, जो 1.5 घंटे बैठ के ये विश्लेषण सुन रहा है। अगर आपको पसंद नहीं है, यू हैव द राइट टू वॉक आउट, दैट्स फाइन, बट आई विल हम्बली मेक अ रिक्वेस्ट कि इसको आप बिलिटल ना करें। थैंक
Mr.
यू।
Modi, Mr.
Any other
Modi,
questions? Please reach out to me via WhatsApp or contact us page, and we'll be happy to consult you for your society and your personal needs. Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Pinto.
Modi, I apologize for whatever has happened. You know, it sometimes does take a turn. It's a hiccup that was there, but let me be very honest with you. This was one of the best sessions that I've attended. You were extremely lucid. You helped really throw light on a lot of aspects. I'm sure people like Rakesh ji, Krishnan ji, and even Nikita will say that there was a lot of light that was thrown today. Thank you so much for being on this platform, and I appreciate everything on behalf of Mr. Ramesh Prabhu and all the participants that are there here today.
Mr. Pinto, thank you so much. You've been a wonderful host. Thanks
Good
to Mr.
night.
Prabhu, thanks to Mahaseva, and thanks to all for attending.